few stories for you. Firstly, viewers, US has once again issued a statement. It is calling upon all its citizens to immediately leave Ethiopia. It is saying it will not evacuate its citizens after things escalate in Ethiopia. Why is that? Is US trying to create panic, or is had or it has a bad experience what happened in Kabul, or OLA TDF are going to storm Addis Ababa in coming day? What is the reason behind these statements from the US? And secondly, viewers, last night we saw a statement from Tigray's Central Command about 4 fronts, and one of the 4 fronts was very Ilo. TDF yesterday claimed that Vere Ilo was under Tigray Defense Force. Just a few hours ago, Ethiopian government also issued a statement about Vere Ilo. Ethiopian government is making a conflicting claim about this town. Vere Ilo, will have a look at that. And lastly, the Ethiopian government is accusing aid organizations that they are not ready to work in Amhara and Afar. Why is that? Firstly, viewers, once again, US is calling upon its citizens to leave Ethiopia immediately. A few hours ago, US once again issued a statement. US says that this is the time to leave Ethiopia. Commercial flights are available. Leave Ethiopia at once. Why is that? Is there so much panic in Ethiopia? Addis Ababa, people there are going about their business as usual. What's the matter? Well, firstly, the US has a bad experience of evacuations. We saw what happened in Kabul, Afghanistan, where US nationals were trapped there. And then US had to do lots of work to evacuate its citizens. Just like Taliban stormed Kabul, there is likelihood, according to US, that OLA and TDF will certainly storm Addis Ababa. That is why US is calling upon its citizens to leave Ethiopia. But Addis Ababa citizens are going about their business. No urgency there, no panic so far there. One of the reasons is the announcement of national emergency as well. Now, UN aid workers are also being arrested in Ethiopia. Several are still in custody. UN has talked to Ethiopian authorities. So, Ethiopian authorities can arrest US citizens too. There are fears, viewers. Under this national emergency, foreigners can be targeted because US Ethiopia relations are not very enviable. Very strained US Ethiopia relations are being seen. That is why US does not want any friction with Ethiopian government, because already the relations are not very friendly. As regards US's assessment of TDF OLA storming Addis Ababa, I don't think so. I don't see the possibility of OLA TDF entering Addis Ababa in coming days. It would happen in 1, 2, or 3 days. It will take some time, according to my assessment, viewers. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian government has issued a statement about a battlefront where fighting has been going on for several days. Both sides are making conflicting claims about this front. We saw a statement about this front by Tigray Defense Force last night as well. Name of the front is Vere Ilo, viewers. Vere Ilo. There are 2 Vere Ilos. Let me clarify first which Vere Ilo is being talked about. The 2 Vere Ilos are situated to the west and south of Desi. One Vere Ilo is close to another place called Akasta. It is situated to the west of Tibasat and close to Akasta. And to the west of this Vere Ilo is Mekane Selam. Second Vere Ilo is situated to the south of Dasi, and close to this Vere Ilo is Digolo. The Vere Ilo which Ethiopian government is mentioning is the one which is close to Akasta, uh, situated to the east of Meccan Islam. This is the main Vere Ilo where fighting has been going on. In previous video, I've been informing you about fighting on this front. Last night, Tigray forces claimed to be in control of Vere Ilo. They said they had taken Vere Ilo and they were advancing from this place towards other places. But a few hours ago, Ethiopian government issued a statement. Ethiopian government has rejected this TDF claim. Ethiopian government says that TDF is not in control of Vere Ilo, close to Akasta. Rather, TPLF members attacked this place, but the attack has been repelled and hundreds have been killed in this attack. And Tigray forces have suffered heavy losses close to Vere Ilo. Vere Ilo is still under the control of Amhara forces, Ethiopian National Defense Forces. Ethiopian government says that on this front, Ethiopian National Defense Force, Amhara forces, Amhara militias all coordinated and they repelled TDF's attack on Vere Ilo. So now we have conflicting statements about this front of Vere Ilo. Let's keep it contested. We don't have any visual confirmation from any of the two sides. No side has shared any solid evidence, any visual confirmation from Vere Ilo so far. Since conflicting statements have been given, we'll have to wait a little to see which side is in control of this place. That just shows strategic significance of Vere Ilo. Vere Ilo is a sort of barrier between Gojam and Wollo. If TDF crosses Vere Ilo towards Meccan Islam, towards the road, Debre Work, Dajan Road, Gojam could be under siege. I discussed this aspect in a video in detail, I think 2 days ago, that Vere Ilo is a sort of boundary between Gojam and Wollo. That is why heavy fighting is going on. And from here, the TDF can move towards Addis Ababa too. Very strategic place. That is why heavy fighting going on. We'll keep it disputed. Let's wait for some visual confirmation. Now, the Ethiopian government is putting pressure upon aid agencies. It says just a few hours ago, its communication minister said aid agencies are not willing to work in Amhara and Afar regions. They are working in Tigray. They don't want to work in Amhara and Afar region. Firstly, humanitarian needs in Afar and Amhara are now very urgent as well, like they are in Tigray. The problem is that aid agencies are not being allowed to work in Tigray. They're not being given any petrol, any cash, any supplies to work in Tigray. Ethiopian government wants them to work in Amhara, in Afar, where there is definitely need of these aid agencies to work. But aid agencies are under pressure because their workers have been arrested too. A few hours ago, UN officials confirmed that several of their aid workers are still in the custody of Ethiopian government. They have not been released. Several dozen drivers in Samra are still in the custody of Ethiopian government, not released so far. I did a video on that as well. So there are frictions between Ethiopian government and international aid agencies. So that is why the statement came today. But having said that, aid agencies are working in Amhara, in Afar. We have seen pictures, videos of agencies distributing aid in Amhara, in Afar. Yes, their presence in Tigray is much more than in Amhara and Afar regions. Thank you for watching.